Just get myself in camera a bit. I want to bring to you today kind of a nutritional supplement, I suppose you would call it. It's I can get this in front of the camera. You see that? I5 0. Yeah, it says tropical flavour on there, but it comes in various flavours. It's a electrolyte replacement. I picked up on it because I have a tendency to get really bad cramps, especially at night, and part of the cause of cramps is you sweat a lot, you lose your body salts, electrolyte deficiency, and magnesium as well. I do have the it's gone out of my head now, but I do have some tablets from the doctor with the ingredient that you get in you can buy in tonic water, but it didn't do the job by itself, so I kept looking online, and they're never quite definite on the different forums and this, you know, this, that and the other. So I decided to just start experimenting, and I found these. I found a variety of different supplements, and but most of them had sugar, and these are sugar free. The sweetener in this is a natural sweetener taken from a plant, and I got some free samples when I bought these. Now I got these on eBay. It's the cheapest place usually to go out and buy things, and I got, what was it, 6 of these for the price it would have cost off most other companies for 2. So it pays to shop around, keep looking at all the little tabs that come up underneath when you look at something, because quite often they have a lower price. The only thing you've got to be careful of is that you don't jump in and buy it and find out it's going to spend 3 weeks coming from Hong Kong. This came from the UK. Now, what are they? They're a kind of little tab. I won't say little tablet, they're like the vitamin C dissolvable things. And powder always gets up my nose and makes me sneeze. That is dissolvable in water. Only takes a minute or 2. Break it up, keep stirring it round. As it says on here, 0 sugar, 0 calories, electrolyte and magnesium sports drink. And then it shows a little leaf that they get the sweetener from. I forget the name of it, but it is okay. Cramp. The American College of Sports Nutrition states that muscle cramps are associated with dehydration and electrolyte deficits and muscle fatigue. 0 contains key electrolytes and vitamin C for optimum hydration, immune system and reduction in fatigue. It then goes down to give a breakdown on cost. If you get a tube of 20, these tubes I've got contain 20 tablets. Each tablet can make up to 750 millilitres of electrolyte drink. The taste goes a bit thin by 750. I've been doing it to 600, 650, and the taste is a lot better. You need the water as well, but water on its own is not good enough to stop muscle cramps and you know, electrolyte depletion. So in other words, don't do it in 400 millilitres of water because you'll be defeating part of the object. 600, 650 upwards, it does actually give you instructions. On the tubes, it's very hard to read and you need a flaming magnifying glass to see it. So that's why I was glad of the free samples. It said if you paid $6.99 per tube, it would work out at 23p per 500 millilitres. 24p per 6, 25p. I paid less than $6.99. I paid, I think it was something like £4.50, buy one get one free, something silly like that. And if you bought more, I got a further 10% off. Now, I can't put a link underneath to let you go to that because the guy sold out and you could see the numbers going down while I was ordering, so I wasn't even sure I was going to get them. So you've got to do your own research on eBay and find, the best price, the optimum price. But 20 of these, one of these rather makes 750 ml, and there's 20 in a tube. So that's quite. I've got to look up. Sorry, keep looking down. There's a bit more information here. By using these and saving a 600 ml bottle, something like that, you'd be saving. It says 3,500 ml bottles, something along them lines. Anyway, so you would be saving by making your own drinks, saving a bottle, reusing that bottle, make sure you clean it out. I just do mine up in a jug actually and pour them in a cup. The other thing I ought to mention is if you've got water bottles with a filter on, then you're going to filter out the electrolytes and everything else useful in it. So obviously don't put them in a filter bottle, drink them from a cup, drink them from a water bottle without filter on. You can always filter the water into another bottle, so there's always that. I just thought I would bring this to you because it wasn't that long ago that I think it was on Instagram. I was talking to a couple of people who suffered with severe leg cramps. They'd got to a point with me where they were so severe that I was nearly crying with the pain and I couldn't walk properly for 2 days. Part of that turned out was to do with some medication that I was on. But even so, I've had cramps, bad cramps, in my left leg mainly since my 20s, maybe even longer than that. I'm 60 now, so remembering back sometimes is a little bit hard. But what I'm saying is, that's helped a great deal. The other thing is, if it is, particularly bad, and again, I'm still trying to recollect, quinine. You can go to your doctor and you can get quinine tablets. Now the thing is, if you go and do this, quinine tablets, there's quite a large tablet, and you can't get a smaller amount. And because quinine affects your water balance a bit like a salt does, it can make it quite concentrated and it can make it quite hard while you're taking it. Your pee can come out like steaming sulfuric acid. So if it gets that bad where the electrolytes aren't dealing with it by themselves, then I quarter a tablet. It's better to take a quarter twice in a week or something and keep the reduction down if you're that severe. But if you're not, then I'm sure that'll do it by itself. You can get this because of night sweats. People don't realise how much water that they lose when they're asleep in evaporation. Just going for a walk round on a warm day, or if you're overdressed, you can sweat out the necessary body salts. and you need to back them up when you come home. And we don't think about this. Everybody gets, drinks so much water around down your throat, and they forget that there's other essentials that have to go with that water. And while I'm on about water, I was speaking to a professor who'd done a lot of studies on water. I think it must be back about 15, 20 years ago now. But when I went to have my part of my prostate removed, the specialist who was dealing with me also commented on the same thing, because obviously you have water problems in that. This thing about drinking 2 litres of liquid a day if you can must include all your drinks, whether you drink coffee, you drink tea, if you drink beer, it must include that, because there is a point after that where you start diluting the acid in your stomach, and then you don't get the proper nutrition from your food. So that's something else you've got to think about. You can overdo it. In fact, you can actually drown yourself. You can kill yourself if you drink too much water. Not many people are going to get that far, but you could do. So another thing and all, if you find that you are constantly thirsty to the point where you're smacking your lips, there's another reason to go to the doctor, because you could be diabetic. It's one of the signs of diabetes. And unfortunately I had a friend who died because nobody around him recognised the signs. And back then it wasn't pushed as greatly as it is these days. So something to think about. Anyway, I mean it to get morbid, but there are connections to all this, and obviously I'd like people to look these things up. And in a survival situation as well, if you was on the move, I think carrying some of these tablets would greatly improve your chances in a survival situation. You can also, it says use water to make up your protein drinks and such like. I take protein drinks, and I think it's essential when you get to a certain age to keep up your amino acids and that, if you want your body to keep running as well as it should be. And using the electrolyte drink to put your protein in, it can make it pleasant, but also it builds up your intake, your supplement intake. And I've got to say that at all times, none of that should ever replace your food. Your doctors and your sports specialists will tell you that. They're supplements, they're not replacements. Anyway, I'll leave you with that before I start getting carried away. And I hope this has been of use to you. And we'll be doing another one again quite soon. Bye for now. See ya.